Hey guys, what's up? RascalRyan521 here, and today I'm here to bring you a movie review. And today, of course, this is my review of Rogue One, a Star Wars story. I don't know if anybody was expecting me to do a review of this, but I did a review of The Force Awakens last year, so I figured it'd be only fitting if I did a review for Rogue One, as I will probably be doing all the other upcoming Star Wars movies, as well as any other movies you guys want to hear me talk about. If there's any movie that comes out during the year that I really liked, I'll talk about it in my top 10 movies of the year video that I plan to do annually from now on, so you can stay tuned for that. But yeah, I don't have any notes or anything I wrote down. I'm just gonna kind of do this, just say what's on my mind. So just to kind of start off, give you my general impressions of this movie, I really liked this movie. I thought it was great. I think, once again, Disney knocked it out of the park. They did an excellent job reviving this franchise that, to a lot of people, had died with the prequels. I know a lot of people, including me, don't completely hate the prequels, but there are a fair number of people that definitely think Star Wars has been going downhill ever since, Episode 1 came out. Like I said, I don't personally hate Episode 1 and 2. I strongly dislike 1 and 2, but they're tolerable. And then Episode 3 I like, so if to anybody that's wondering if I'm a prequel hater, I'm actually not. I don't really like 1 and 2, I just don't hate them. But with Rogue One, yeah, they did a really good job. I think this works as a great, if you're showing, if you're showing a little kid the Star Wars movies for the first time, and, I think this one is a great way to introduce them to Episode 4, A New Hope. I think that they did a really good job, tying this one in with Episode 4 with spoilers here, by the way. I love the way that they made it so Jyn Erso's dad, Galen Erso, was the one that they made it so that's not a plot hole, that there just happens to be this exhaust port 2 meters wide that you can blow the entire station up. They made it so it's like a planned out event, like it was always meant to be that way, and I love. That was just genius writing right there. I love that they took that opportunity and ran with it, and they fixed what was one of the things that, one of the worst parts of Star Wars, I would say, like one of the biggest, plot holes or dumb things about it, and they fixed it, which I think is great. The acting in this movie I thought was incredible. Everybody did a good job, I almost said Daisy Ridley, I'm so used to Force Awakens, but I thought Felicity Jones did a great job as the main character, as Jyn Erso. I think she did great. I liked Diego Luna as Cassian, is that his name? I loved Alan Tudyk as K2SO. I thought he was hilarious. I loved his dialogue. He was awesome, especially the part where she shoots the other Imperial droid, and he kind of just looks down at it like, you knew that wasn't me, right? Like, that line was great. And then I loved, what's his name, Donnie Yen's character. I'm trying to remember what it was. I don't know if they said a lot of the character names of this movie, or at least they didn't say them that often, so I don't really remember them. Chirrut Imwe, I think is how you pronounce it. I loved him. And then Baze or Bazi Maldas. I'm sorry, I don't really know I don't know how to pronounce these. I thought Krennic, the guy that played Krennic, Ben Mendelsohn, it looks like. I thought he did a great job. I thought Krennic was like this really, I thought he was pretty intimidating. I thought he did a great job. Forrest Whitaker was alright I thought he was pretty good for, the small amount of screen time that he had. I think he did a better job than I thought he would. I thought he was just going to be like this. I thought he was going to be like the, just kind of like not the Jar Jar Binks in the movie, but I thought he was going to be just kind of some dumb character that they put in because Forrest Whitaker wanted to be in it, and then it's like, oh yeah, whatever. It was kind of irrelevant, but they actually did a really good job. He was more so, I want to say, the kind of the Yoda or the Maz Kanata of this movie, in a way, if you know what I mean. He was kind of like the cool mentor character that's not in it for much, but he did a good job for the scenes he was in. Riz Ahmed as Bodhi Rook. Like I said, I don't know the character names very well, so I'm just reading them off my phone. He did a great job, I think. And then all the others too. Those are the main ones. But all the others, I think, did a great job. The acting in this movie was really good. I will say that. The action scenes were incredible. My god, probably even better than Force Awakens. It felt more gritty, it felt more real, more warlike. It was basically like, the storm of Normandy Beach, but for Star Wars. It was just, it was awesome. The ship battles were awesome. It reminded me of like a newer, like remastered version of the original trilogy, like of the battles from Return of the Jedi, where they're like fighting the Star Destroyers and everything. I thought that was all great. And yeah, then the whole scene where they're trying to, get the plans, and Jin realizes, oh yeah, Stardust, that's me, that's the right plans. I thought that was a nice tie-in, with, her father and everything, Galen or so. I thought his death scene was handled pretty well too, Galen's. I think the death scenes for all the main characters, because we all knew they were coming, I think all of them were handled well. I think Riz Ahmed, I think his character's death was kind of lame, just like, oh yeah, he just died in an explosion. I thought they could have done something better with him. But I especially love the death of, I think his name is Baze, the guy with the long hair, the one with the big weapons and everything that followed Donnie Yen's character around a lot. I thought his death was handled really well. I love the way he's kind of like going out, getting revenge for Donnie Yen's death, so all that was great. And yeah, I think they did a really good job with the emotions and the whole final, the whole last 20 minutes of this movie, especially with the part where, where Jin and Cassian are kind of holding each other as the explosion's going off, as it's as everything's happening, everything's coming to a close. I thought that whole scene was really emotional. It was awesome. Darth Vader was great in this movie. They did a great job with bringing Darth Vader back and having him be this really menacing force. I think, yeah, they handled Vader really well for the small amount of time they used him. I love that final scene of him slaughtering the rebels. I like the fact that they used CGI to make to bring back young Carrie Fisher and Peter Cushing, because Peter Cushing even being dead, the fact that they were able to do such, the CGI on them was both noticeable, but I still liked that they did it. I think it would have been better than recasting them, and I feel like you kind of need those characters in the movie, especially Leia at the end there. I think it's kind of crucial to show her at the end, but. And then I love the final line, she's like hope and everything. So yeah, all that was great. That was, like I said, those are all positives. I love a lot about this movie. On to the negatives. The only negatives I can really think of, and they are kind of big negatives, I will say. Not huge. I'll just say this. I think that the I don't know, something about, I didn't connect with these characters really at all. I think their death scenes were handled well. I think they made me care about them at the last second, in a way, like it kind of was redeemable at the last second when they all died, was when I really felt bad for them. But before all that, before their death scenes, I really just didn't care about half the main cast, which really sucks. Honestly, I think the saddest death was probably K2SO, just because, I don't know, it's kind of like the equivalent of seeing an animal die in a movie. It's a droid, but it's still I don't know, if you know what I'm talking about. But yeah, I don't know, I don't know if I really connected or if I really cared a lot about a lot of them, especially Riz Ahmed's character. He seemed kind of flat to me. Cassian, being such a main character, he seemed kind of flat to me. But I think they did a great job developing Jin. I think Donnie Yen his character was handled really well, and then the Baze guy, or I don't know if it's Baze or Bazi, or I don't know. I actually liked him, that Baze guy. I think I liked him more than I thought I would. I thought he was really good. I wasn't expecting for him to be one of the standout characters, but he definitely was. He was just really cool. I liked him. But yeah, so I suppose that wasn't, and then there was some, it was a little, I was kind of curious, okay, where are they going with this, and the first, maybe the first hour of it, I was kind of, I wasn't sure if I was entirely on board, but I definitely was able to get into it by the second half, and yeah, I thought this was a great movie, guys. Overall, I'm going to give it the rating that I gave it on IMDb when I usually rate movies, and that is an 8 out of 10. I think it's a great movie, definitely recommend you see it. In terms of the big debate right now is it better than Force Awakens? In my opinion, no, it's not. I'm not quite sure where I would rank it in my Star Wars movie rankings right now. For those of you that don't know, I'll go over them, because I'm not going to do a new video ranking every movie after a new one comes out. I'll probably wait till maybe a few years from now when we get more movies, maybe 2020, when we've seen all of them. Maybe I'll do a video ranking, all 12 of the new Star Wars movies, But for those of you that are curious where this one ranks, for me, going from the best to worst, I would say it goes Empire at number 1, then A New Hope, and then at number 3, we've got Force Awakens. At number 4, I would say we've got Return of the Jedi, and then number 5 I would probably put Rogue One, which seems very low. I know it seems low, and I promise I love this movie. I think this was a great movie, but it's just kind of hard. I don't know if I can rank it much higher than that, just because you have so many great movies. I would definitely I would for sure put it above 1 and 2. I'm pretty sure I'd put it above 3 as well, but I'm still debating if I want to put it above Return of the Jedi or not. Return of the Jedi has some really great emotional scenes, so that's why I'm debating. But I'm going to be seeing it 2 more times in theaters. I have planned, so... and then, of course, when it comes out on DVD, I'll probably watch it again, too. So, my opinion might change at some point, but that's probably where I'd rank it right now. Probably at, like, number 5 out of 8, which, like I said, seems low, but it just goes to show how awesome Star Wars is. We can have a great 8 out of 10 movie, and it's still only, like, the 5th best in the whole franchise. So let me know what you guys thought of Rogue One in the comments, guys. Really hope you liked it. I thought it was incredible. Like I said, there were a few elements of it that did let me down a bit, but overall, I think this is a really fun, really awesome movie, and I definitely recommend you go see it. Not better than Force Awakens in my opinion, but still a great, fun, awesome blockbuster movie. Thanks for watching, guys. Tell me what you thought of it down in the comments, and I'll see you later. Goodbye.